.601, I should probably start. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
Great. Oh my gosh, I was like, what's going on here? Oh,
here we go. Let's get it rolling.
All right.
Do you want a man for president who's seasoned through and through, but not so doggone seasoned that he won't try something new? A man who's old enough to know
and young enough to do.
Well, it's up to you, it's up to you. It's strictly up to you.
But it's Kennedy, 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 Kennedy for me. Kennedy, 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 Kennedy.
Do you want a man with spirit who is not afraid to fight?
A man whose record shows that he will fight for what is right.
A loyal man who'll bring the job a fresh new point of view. Well, it's up to you, it's up to you. It's strictly up to you.
'Cause it's Kennedy, 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 Kennedy for me. Kennedy, 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 Kennedy.
And do you deny to any man the right he's guaranteed to be elected president, no matter what his creed?
It's promised in the Bill of Rights to which we must be true.
So it's up to you, it's up to you. It's strictly up to you.
And it's Kennedy, 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 Kennedy for me. Kennedy, 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 Kennedy.
Do you like a man who answers straight, a man who's always fair? We'll measure him against the others, and when you compare, you cast your vote for Kennedy and a change that's overdue. So it's up to you, it's up to you, it's strictly up to you.
Yes, it's Kennedy, 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 Kennedy for me.
Kennedy, 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 Kennedy,
Welcome, welcome, welcome from my humble second bedroom here in the Saucon Valley, part of the Lehigh Valley in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, part of these United States, North American continent, Western Hemisphere of this planet Earth, the only one we have. Third rock from the sun in the Terran solar system, part of the Milky Way galaxy. This is the Kennedy Effect, live with you for the 1st of February, 2026. The 1st of February already, 2026. The longest month and usually like boringest, coldest, like trudgery kind of month is already behind us, and now we're into the shortest month of the year. 2026 already flying by at record pace, shall we say. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you. I want to get directly into things here. You are listening and watching to the Kennedy Effect for the 1st of February. We are live right now on the Facebook pages of Our Revolution Pennsylvania, Ghost Claw Productions, and Hot101.net. We are live on the Facebook group for this show, The Kennedy Effect, on Facebook, and well over 100 other places. We are live on 2 YouTube channels. The YouTube channel for Ghost Claw Productions Radio, GCPR, and The Kennedy Effect on YouTube. We are live on 2 radio stations right now, Hot101.net. Our name is our web address, but you don't need the web address to listen. You can use our apps, Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and for Androids, and the TuneIn radio app. You can listen to us on that as well as tell Alexa to play Hot101.net. We are alive on GCPR as well, Ghost Claw Productions Radio, GCPR, Android, Google Play Store for Android devices, with an Apple app on the way. Getting straight into things because I have very limited time with my brother, one of my political little brothers, because he's younger than me. But then again, if you know how old I am, everybody's younger than me. Just like everybody's younger than me. So I want to get straight into it. Cole Goodman rejoins the program. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. It's good to be back. Hello, everybody. And it is really, really good to be back. It's Obama, and I'm really excited to have some really great conversation, which is always is great conversation with Kennedy.
I wanted to leave it to you where you wanted to start. Did you want to start more on current events, or did you want to get straight? Or did you want to get straight into your trip? Because I think, as much as I want to hear about the trip, because I followed it on Facebook, as I think anybody that is friends with you was following it on Facebook, and some of the images were really quite amazing. It's hard to we can't ignore what continues to go on in Minnesota. The 5-year-old boy was flown back to his home with his dad, was flown back to his home today. We have no investigation into the shooting of Renee Good. There is what appears to be a cursory civil rights investigation into the murder of Alex Preddy. We have the what I would label as a theft of the ballots in Fulton County, Georgia, that took place this week as well. There was an Epstein dump on Friday. I mean, where do you want to start? There seems to be a constant flood of over the dam here. So
it's just so hard to know where to start, because
you know what? Maybe let me ask you.
Every day is just like
there's something else
after catastrophe. Yeah.
Let me ask you it this way. Let me see if I can tie it all together in some strange way. Considering when you went on your trip, I think it was before Miss Good had been murdered, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But there were still ICE troops on the streets, and that's what they are. They're troops. Let's just be honest about it. They're not agents of anything. They're just troops. When you go to a foreign country, and I think the interest is only exacerbated by the fact that it's China. What kind of questions did you get about, hey, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. So just to give a little background to your listeners, I was really honored to go on a cultural exchange to China, to the cities of Nanchang, Zhidouzen, which is the porcelain capital of the world, and also to Shanghai. And during this trip, the delegation...
With the United Nations, if I'm not mistaken.
So we were invited to speak at the United Nations conference. The delegates that spoke were myself and Dr. Scaligi, who is the president of Harrisburg Area Community College, which is the largest community college in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And I also work there. So we were able to go and speak at the United Nations conference. Look, so that's just a little background of kind of what we were doing there. We were there representing the United States. We were there representing Pennsylvania. I was there representing Harrisburg and 717 Central PA. And to go right to your question, when I was reading and talking to Chinese diplomats, it seems like, one, they absolutely know what an SHIT storm we are in right now in the United States. They kind of tried to put their best face forward in being like, well, we hope your president will, consider this. And obviously when I'm on a delegation, I want to be polite, but in my head, I was like, we're trying to just, our president is deranged. We're just trying to make sense of what's going on back home. But the kind of questions that they asked were cultural. What is it like living in the United States? But also, what can we do? Not just depending on our top leaders, but leaders that are all around the country that may not be in the political realm. What can we do to improve U.S.-China relations. And I found that they extended an olive branch of friendship to us. In propaganda in the United States and from people like Ted Cruz, you keep hearing, oh, the Chinese this and the Chinese that, and they're a threat to America. And one can't deny that we are economic competitors, but we also need to start building a relationship that isn't placed in mistrust, but pursuing trust and knowing more about both of our cultures. So that's what we were really there to do.
I mean, like I said, some of the pictures were really quite extraordinary. There were some rock star sort of pictures there. You were just surrounded by people taking pictures and selfies and all of these things. I mean, it was really quite something.
Well, let me tell you, I have never ever been mobbed before in my life before I went to China. And I asked our China guide who was with us, why is this? Why do I keep getting mobbed? And why does Dr. Ski also keep getting mobbed? There were a few reasons. One, we're Americans, and a lot of the students and even some of the political leaders that we met have never met an American before. So they were very just fascinated that, especially in the more rural parts of China, it was like we were like a unicorn. Two, also, you don't see a lot of black people in China, and you don't see a lot of black men, and you don't see a lot of black women. So I was the first black man that some of these people, not all, but some of these people had ever met or seen. So when we were at the UN conference, and it was in Nangchang, which is a pretty medium major city, but it's not yet one of the Shanghais or Beijings that are international, right, warehouse places. But the pictures you saw, I actually just left the bathroom, and two students come up to me and say, "Can we please have your autograph? Can we please take pictures with you?" And this was after the speech I gave, so they kept calling me Obama. And I just kept getting called Obama the whole trip. So I think there was just a real fascination with who we are, but also a gratitude that we didn't come in as we're the Americans and we know best and da 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 da. No, we want to ask you about your culture. We want to learn about what you do, what your cities are like, and bring back things to our cities here in Pennsylvania to make that maybe can help, progress them. And Lord knows the city I live in Harrisburg, we really need it. So, but that's another topic.
Do you find that do you find that the want, so to speak, the want to have deeper relations seems to be coming more from the ground up or the top down? Because it doesn't seem to me, as an observer from a distance, that the urgency for closer relations from the top down seems to be there. It is my impression, and I probably should make sure to say that it's really nothing more than that. It's my impression that the higher ups in the party and the higher ups in the government, which is the same thing, tend to think that the international order doesn't necessarily need a close relationship between China and the United States, and that they can function perfectly well without us, except for trade, which I think is so inexorably built in at this point. That's not going to change. But was it your sense that this want of collaborativeness, of togetherness, seems to be more from the bottom up? Or am I wrong? And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
No, so I think that's because the way that you observe it is how I went into this trip observing it as well. So you're not wrong What I will say though is, um, every single so until we got to this place of absolute embarrassment of a presidency during the Biden administration, Xi Jinping uh, created an initiative to welcome over the course, I believe it's 8 years, to welcome over 150,000 American students to come and do an exchange in China. So every city in China that we went to, every official that we went to, every single one of them talked about that. Of we welcome American students, and there are already American students there, but we welcome more American students to come, not just talk to old fudgy political leaders and such, but to speak to our young people, our next generation of Chinese, and work with them, talk with them, do a cultural exchange or a student exchange to our colleges. So I actually have to give credit where credit was due. That was an initiative that was agreed upon between Xi Jinping and then President Biden. And that initiative, surprisingly, is still open. I would have thought they would have been like, oh no, these people are nuts. But that initiative is still open. So yes, I would say at least in China, from the very top down, there seems to be an understanding that we want Americans and people from other countries to come and learn about us and learn about our culture, learn about our cities. And we are more than willing to send our students to the United States to do the same. Because I think the next generation of Chinese men and women are respectful of their culture, but also because of, the internet and superstars and they're more open to the world. I got asked multiple times if I knew LeBron James, and I absolutely said yes. We were hanging out last week. I got LeBron's phone number. But yeah, I think the willingness is definitely there from China, and I believe when we get a presidency that is not so nativist and not so embarrassing on the international stage, we'll start seeing those programs open up even more.
Did you sense any tension, or were you allowed to take in anything regarding the mainland's toward Taiwan?
So
see, now and then I come up with some good questions.
Yeah, they're great questions. So I spoke with Taiwan with our tour guide, and I asked her, what is your perspective? What do you think about that whole situation and conflict and such? And the first thing she said to me is, there's no conflict. There's no conflict. Mainland Chinese truly believe that Taiwan is a part of China. Like not even the political propaganda, because she gave me an example. She's like, look, my grandmother is from Taiwan. So this is something that goes deep into my family core and structure. But she considers herself Chinese. My father considers himself Chinese, and I consider myself Chinese. So when it came to Taiwan, there was actually less conversation about that because it's so black and white to them. Like, it's just and there was actually more conversation about Japan, and the new prime minister of Japan, maybe some new tensions towards her with heard declared statements about Taiwan.
Right.
That definitely
And dramatic
was about-
and announced plans for dramatic increases in defense spending.
yes. So and that there was some tension when that was. It's interesting when
And of
when
course,
people
those tensions go back to World War II, where the Japanese conquered large swaths of Chinese territory.
Yes. Yeah, there is a tension. I won't go too deep into this part, but I'll just say this. There, from people that I spoke with, there is a tension when it comes to past conflicts. Definitely. Past conflicts. And yeah, you can hear it, you can kind of feel it when it's talked about. But I didn't think I was going to North Korea or anything where I couldn't speak about anything. I was actually very heartened that the conversations we had at the United Nations Summit, no one said you can't say that. No one said don't speak about that or this or that. We talked about AI and how AI is transforming the world. We spoke on and the honor was being in the room with their ambassadors, people who are actually at the seat of the table. The Chinese ambassador to the United States. So it was really great to hear their insights on different conflicts that are happening right now, but there is, you can tell where the tension is. I will say one thing, this is a little off topic, but I have only been to Russia once in my life, and it was way before the current crisis, and as an American you can't. But when we took Chinese air, I thought we were going to fly over the Pacific to get to Hong Kong. Oh no, we took off from JFK, flew over Greenland, over the Arctic, and across Russia.
Oh my.
And as an American, I fell asleep, and then I'm groggy, and I turned on the map, and I see we're over Russia. Everyone else is sleeping, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're in a war zone. But I had to remember, like, the Chinese-Russian relationship is not what the United States-Russian relationship is. It is like Chinese planes can't fly in their airspace. So just little interesting things like that also, stuck out to me.
So if they do, if their history is much more alive to them, and as it comes to past conflicts, does the UK and the United States gain itself any favor from that, from helping the Chinese during World War II, or is it still kind of a, are we still mad at the UK for holding Hong Kong as long as they did?
Are you saying,
or is it both from a Chinese point of view?
Are you saying, did I feel any tension when it came to that? Is that what?
Or did they still show us any thanks or favor, or for being titularly allied with them during World War II, or are the British and the Americans still looked at as colonial powers, so to speak?
Well, I think that not that China is they're doing colonialism in a different way, in the sense of, in my opinion, of economics and
soft power.
Yep, exactly, soft power. So now I don't think there is that much this moral high ground of, oh, we're not colonialists in any way when you're doing that in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you may not be landing troops on the ground, but you're doing everything else basically, which has been in some ways smart for the Chinese to do over the past few years. Not saying it's good in the sense of maybe for the countries or such, but it was definitely a strategic decision. So no, I did not get any feeling of, oh, the Americans, those colonials, they just feel like they're the best and stuff. I felt the exact opposite. I felt like it was more of a conversation of, we see what's happening in these trying times. We, without saying it outrightly, we understand your president's a blithering idiot. And we want to make sure that the peoples of our country, that strive and goal for a better understanding and relationship. And I even said there, I was like, many Americans need to put down the propaganda and pick up a passport, because what I experienced over there was very friendly and very open-minded to dialogue and discussion.
And how long was the trip?
I was there for 11 days. Or no. 13 days. Sorry, I was with the travel. I was there for 13 days. It was a doozy. I have never seen cities that big ever in my life. And it makes New York City look small, which I never thought that would be, but we didn't even go to Beijing. I mean, Shanghai, they were telling us, was kind of just a river city, lake city 25 years ago. It is one of the most rapid developments in the world. And even the more medium city of population that we went to, Nangchang, hundreds of skyscrapers, because they told us we have a population of almost 1 billion people.
Yeah.
So,
China's population is I think about 1.4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So we had to make a decision: do we expand outwardly
or up?
And they most certainly chose up. I felt like such a tourist, but I couldn't stop. Like, oh my gosh! Like, they just go on and on and on. So
You must have a ridiculous number of pictures. I can't.
I haven't even touched going through them. Like, I think there's like over 1,000, maybe 2,000. I haven't even touched them yet, but I will send you some when I have them, because it's really a fascinating country. It really is.
Any plans to go back?
Yes. So we are currently in the works. While we were over there, myself and the president of HAC met with different university headmasters, and they expressed an interest, and I know you're gonna like this. They expressed an interest in my soccer team coming over in August and playing against their college soccer teams, and that is currently in the works now. That I'll be bringing a team from.
You beat me to it. I was gonna ask if you were doing any coaching while you were over there.
Yeah, not while I was over there this time, but this next time, a small team from Harrisburg, PA, will be going to compete in China and also do a cultural exchange. So that is in the works. It's almost completed, and I think it will be a huge honor, because I don't think any team, they have told me, like the Chinese, like they told me we've never had a team from Pennsylvania ever do that, like before, anywhere, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. So we're really pushing for us to be the first.
Very nice.
Yeah.
We've reached the bottom of the hour. You're listening and watching The Kennedy Effect live for the very first day of February 2026. February 1st, 2026. Cole Goodman is our guest. We're discussing his trip to China. You are live right now on the Facebook pages of Our Revolution Pennsylvania, Ghost Claw Productions Radio, and and hot101.net. We are live on our home group Facebook page for all things that surround our program, The Kennedy Effect on Facebook. We are also live in well over 100 other places that have been kind enough to allow us to share our program onto their Facebook spaces. We are live right now on 2 YouTube channels, the YouTube channel for Ghost Claw Productions Radio and The Kennedy Effect on YouTube. The audio of the program blasts around the globe via hot101.net. Our name is our web address, Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and the TuneIn radio app. You can also tell Alexa to play hot101.net. We are also on GCPR, Ghost Claw Productions Radio, GCPR.live, GCPR.live, blasting around the globe, Google Play Store for Android devices. Quick from the YouTube chat, Natalie asks, isn't China almost near carbon free? She has heard that they are going to be the first country to end their carbon footprint, or at least make neutral their carbon footprint. Did you discuss any of that while you were over there?
Discussed it, felt it, coughed on it. So, Natalie, that's a really good question. So there are definitely carbon initiatives, and they were when we went to the technology schools and met with some of the province governors. They made it very clear that carbon initiatives are in their goals to set to lower. Now, I will just say, for my personal experience, when we got to Nangchang, it was very hazy, very, very hazy. And excuse me, someone like me with allergies, I was just dying. Cough drops were my best friend. And in Shanghai, it was a little hazy as well. I think when you have obviously so many people and cars everywhere, I mean just everywhere, cars, scooters, and not all electric scooters, they are trying, but I think it's going to take a little while longer for sure, to limit that carbon footprint. But there were some days it was really clear, it's interesting. Some days it was like I could see very, very clearly. So I think it's working, but they're still working on it.
If you remember, what were the populations of the cities that you visited? Do you happen to remember?
Nangchang. You know what? Off the top of my head, I don't.
Because I thought Shanghai was in the upwards of 20+ million, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds about right, and it's one of the bigger cities for sure that
right.
They have. I think Nangchang is coming in at around like 16 million, maybe. And that's another thing. I'm from I live in Harrisburg, 50,000 people. Mm-hmm. Not that I consider that a lot. But, in Pennsylvania, other than Pittsburgh and Philly, right. It's like, 50. When I went over there, they're just like, oh, yeah, we only have 23 million people. We're a really small city. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. Like, and we have some pockets in the United States that are like that, but they are truly a packed and condensed country.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say that you have small cities when you have a population of about 1.4 billion people. It's hard to say that you have small cities.
That's so true. Yeah.
I hate to put this aside, but I know that I only have you for the first hour of the program, so I want to ask you about what's been happening here since your return. There are ICE troops in Harrisburg, are there not?
Yes.
And they're still conducting maneuvers, I don't know what to call it, other than to militarize it, because it's kind of what they are, is militarized troops anyway. They're still conducting operations in Harrisburg.
Yeah, so there have been sightings of them since the farm show was here in Harrisburg. They were staying at the Holiday Inn up on Eisenhower Boulevard, and I have seen throughout all of the Harrisburg ecosystem of socials and community and such, of ICE agents at this Burger King, ICE agents in Middletown, ICE agents in, so yeah, they are all in the ecosystem around Harrisburg. And I've heard of a few instances where they may have picked up a few people, yes.
So what is I'll be there this coming Saturday, but what is on the outskirts, I guess you'd say. We're not going to be in center city like we usually are, but what is the mood with these troops in the city? What is the sort of ether in the city, if you will?
Well, if you're talking about our city government, our police chief came out and said, and I'm only quoting, that one should cooperate with ICE. So that put a lot of the city on edge. Just looking at, again, the socials posts, what people have been saying, I've been talking to people out on the street. People are on edge, in the city. We just are here, and you're right. State committee will be here next week. It will be in the outskirts. Where are we at? The Sheraton?
Yes.
Yep, and that is maybe a mile away from where ICE was staying when they first dropped for the farm show. So, yeah. It's sad. It's really sad what's happening right now. Not just sad, but as you said, with Renee Good and Alex Preddy, we're dealing with people who have murdered and are not looking like they're going to be held accountable. And that's one thing I will be looking for, just an off thing, in our next 2028 nominee for president. I personally will not support anyone that doesn't have accountability in their platform. There is no way that this happens in the United States and people who have murdered face no justice system, face no accountability. And I'm very scared that maybe some candidates could come to us as Democrats and be like, we need to unify.
We just need to move on.
We need to move on.
Yeah, we just need to move on.
And just unify.
And bring the country back together.
Yes, and hold hands with MAGA and break bread and make sure that and give them a hug and make sure that we can just move on as Americans.
Are you as shocked as I am at the variety of different ways that these videos have been viewed? I find it, there's been a lot of Orwellian ties and Orwellian sort of references, that the government telling you to don't believe what you actually see and hear, just believe what we tell you. And yet there's a measurable number of people who are willing to do exactly that. When there is a freeze frame of a weapon to the back of the head of Mr. Preddy before he's dead, I mean, I think we've all seen the meme of that next to the SS picture. I think we've all seen that meme. But has it surprised you about the variety of ways that these videos have been absorbed? Because I don't see how you can, from the day that Miss Good was murdered, I just don't see how you can look at these videos any other way. I don't know how politics, your own personal politics, not you specifically, but you collective, how your own personal politics can determine how you see what is so clear and plain in front of you. Are you as kind of mystified or shocked or disturbed, or insert proper word here, as I am by that?
No. Now I know how Jim Jones got all of those people down to South America. I never thought in my lifetime I would see a cult literally be built nationally before my eyes, but it has happened. So we're dealing with people who, if you show them a video like you were referring to, where it's clear-cut evidence, it doesn't matter that it's clear-cut evidence. If Daddy Trump says that it's different, that is what it's going to be, period. That's who we're dealing with. So that is why, and it goes into my previous point, that's why I don't want to kumbaya with these people when we do get into, if we have control of Congress, if we have the presidency. I want accountability to be had. I truly, and it needs to happen. But no, I'm not shocked. We're dealing with a cult, and I'm also not shocked because I'm a black man, and this has been happening. I mean, gosh, the amount of people that were like, George Floyd he was resisting, he was a criminal, and trying to justify that murder. That's just who many of these people are. That's just who they are.
Is there any other way to read the FBI raid on the Fulton County, Georgia Elections Bureau as a naked attempt to either rewrite history or, what I fear, write history? Write upcoming history. Is there any other way to take it? Because again, this is one of those very clear things to me that I don't see any other way to absorb this, and I don't think your politics really should be informing it. Your eyes can tell you what's happening here, and I don't see any other way to take it. Do you?
No, there's no other way to take it. And I seeing pictures of, Tulsi Gabbard peeking out behind the thing with the little cell phone, and
all in black.
All in black, like it was out of a bad Netflix movie. But also, just there is no other way to take it. That's how she keeps that job. She keeps that job by massaging and implementing Trump's delusions, and that the delusion still is that he won the 2020 election. So, which I don't know.
Is there any faith? Do you have any faith? Because I do not. That some time is going to go by. It could be a month, could be a few weeks, a month, several months. And suddenly, when it's needed, when it's either needed for a distraction or there's just nothing else going on in the news that day, Trump comes out and says, we recounted all these ballots and I won. And I see no other outcome to this because the chain of custody has been broken now. You heard the Fulton County commissioners say, we have no idea where these ballots are. We have no idea if they have been opened, if they have been altered, if they have been manipulated, if they have been destroyed. We have lost the chain of custody of them, and we can no longer tell you where, once they remove from our building, we have no idea what's going on with them now. I mean, is there really, I can't see any other result coming out of this other than, Trump coming to a microphone, with Tulsi Gabbard and probably Vance and, you know, the usual cast of characters, and saying, "Oh, it's amazing. Joe Biden got like 3 votes on all of Fulton County, and I won by 500,000 votes. It's amazing. I can't, you know, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so." I don't see any other outcome of this. Do you? And it's something that should scare the ever-living you-know-what out of people, too, because this is just the beginning. If he can get away with this, he can manipulate other states.
Yep. What my even more pressing concern is that he will unleash ICE at the polls during the midterm elections. And that is my, not saying the 2020, that is very important and it should scare people, but something that is very, very imminent coming up, which honestly is the make or break, because we've seen what happens when all 3 branches are controlled by this party. It's just so, and I think deep down in his convoluted heart, Donald Trump knows that. I think he knows, especially after seeing what happened in Texas yesterday. In Texas, a Democrat flipping a plus 14 district. I think very deep down and very privately, they are freaking out. And that's my more imminent concern. What's he going to do on election days? These voting places aren't safe in these blue counties. There's illegals that are overtaking our vote places. I need to send in ICE. Those are the things that I see upcoming that would have a drastic impact. Like we would have turned another corner, if there is any other corners, but there is. So, yeah.
Natalie asks in the YouTube chat, if no one in power will help us, when do we steer toward, I'm doing a little grammatical changes here. If no one in power will help us, when do we steer toward creating national coalitions? Can that happen effectively?
I definitely think national coalitions can be effective. I think that if we don't get a handle on our governmental structure, it will be the end of the ball game. So I think this is just my personal opinion, Natalie, and it's a very good question. I think the focus needs to be on electorally and getting representatives in that will help us, that aren't corporate backed. That's one thing. I think that's something that we need to stand together all across the country. If someone is taking corporate money, they will be bought and paid for, and that's what's crippling us too. I think in the power structure system. So getting people in that will not be beholden to corporations and such. So I just think if we don't get a handle on this electorally and oust the leaders and the national leaders that you're referring to that don't help us, we will just be continually screwed.
I have said on the program for months and months, I fully believe 100% we will have elections here in 2026. There will be elections. Mm-hmm. Whether they are free, open, and fair, I can no longer guarantee. And I think this what happened in Georgia on Friday is, but first off, by the way, it was not a mistake that it was a Friday afternoon. That certainly was no mistake. We're not doing that at 6 a.m. on a Monday morning when we have all week to talk about it.
Right.
But I think we'll have elections in 2026. Will they be free, open, and fair? What say you? Because it's not looking that way. I think this what happened in Georgia tells us that they may very well not be.
My answer is I don't know, and I hate having that answer, but I really don't know. There's a pathway where I can see Trump's delusion of grandeur and electoral strength when he's not on the ballot help us, in the sense of like, we'll be fine, just let the elections happen, we'll retain all 3 houses, the American people love me.
I think he wants there to be elections. They might be I think he'd be happy to rig those elections so that he wins, so he can say that he won the elections. But I think he wants elections. I don't think he wants to declare martial law through the Insurrection Act and shut down elections. I think he wants those elections, and I think he wants to win them. He's perfectly happy to cheat them. I think that, what happened in Fulton County tells you that. But I think he wants the elections so he can go back and say, see, look, I won.
And that is why in every close congressional district, I'll take mine in the 10th, there can be
one that should be a hell of a lot closer than it is.
Who you telling?
I mean, my God.
But we have 2 candidates running in the primary. We have 2 candidates running in the primary. Whoever gets to the general, they will have to beat Scott Perry there can be no only winning by a few hundred votes, because they're going to rig it. That's where I agree with you. In those close elections, they're going to do everything. Now, if it's like Virginia and New Jersey and this Texas election where it's just, you can't even explain a rig. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where everyone should be thinking, I need to get out and vote so we win by plus 5%. Period. Everyone. My mom, my auntie, my grandma, because when the election margins are larger, I don't, even Trump, I don't think rigged, you won by over 10%, it's rigged. But those close elections, I'm really worried about. And seeing how Congress is right now, those close elections are going to matter. They really, really are.
Do you have faith that the Democrats can flip both chambers, one chamber?
House, yes, definitely. Senate, it's going to be tough. That one's going to be really tough. It would have to be a real mandate of like a lot of shifts. I mean, of Democratic voted.
Well, I think of the third of the Senate that's up for re-election, I think it's 24 of those seats are Republican seats. I'm not sure why everyone is so dim on the Democrats' chance or opportunities to retake the chamber. I believe I'm correct about that. In 2024, it was the reverse. About 24, 27 of those seats were Democratic. Losing the Senate was pretty much of a guarantee. But I also don't think that and I believe that number has now flipped, and we're looking at 24 seats that are Republican incumbencies, with a couple of those Republicans walking away. Geez, aren't they brave walking away? But I think the chances of flipping that are actually quite good. But again, it depends on free, open, fair elections.
Very true. And some Senate seats come to mind that I think we are really in play for. For example, if Maine elects Susan Collins again, I don't know what to tell him. I really don't.
Yeah, you get what you deserve at that point.
Yeah, like I truly don't know what to tell him. So I think Maine could be a pickup. I'm thinking around the country. Everyone's hyped about Texas. That's a very interesting
Never
race.
Hyped about Texas. Everybody gets hyped about Texas, and every single time we lose.
We get disappointed every time.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Going back to when Beto O'Rourke ran for the Senate, he had $110 million to spend and still managed to lose comfortably. Yes. He actually outspent Ted Cruz and managed to lose comfortably.
I thought actually for that Senate run, it was really close. I thought he came pretty close, didn't he?
No, he lost pretty comfortably. It wasn't that close.
Oh, okay.
Not for the amount of money that was spent.
Yeah.
and that he had at his disposal. He could have completely bought out all the media and blocked Cruz from the media and didn't do it, and just. Then we got all super excited about Colin Allred. That didn't come anywhere. We got excited when I'm blanking on the woman who ran against Greg Abbott for governor for one of the. She did the floor filibuster, and I'm forgetting her name
Davis.
now. Wendy Davis,
Yeah.
and we got all excited about that. That wasn't even close, and every time we keep thinking Texas is going to turn purple, and it just never seems to do so.
I will give a shout out. I just will give a shout out. I like, just personally, and just following him for a few years now. Actually, I like James Tallarico.
Yeah.
I really do. I like Jasmine Crockett too. But the question is, and I'm not saying yes or no, is could she win a general? And I don't. Could Tallarico win one? I don't know. But two good candidates there. That would be tough for me to choose if I lived in Texas.
I know that you have to go at the top of the hour. It's 57 past the hour, so I want to just open the floor to you and let you talk about anything that you wanted to talk about, or anything that maybe we forgot or something, because I want to be respectful of your time. I could keep talking, and I know that we'll probably keep sitting here, but I know that you have to go, and I want to not forget that. But I could just keep I'm sure you and I could just keep talking and talking, but I want to be respectful. So let me just open the floor to you. If there's anything that we forgot to mention, or anything that you want to follow up on, or how do people follow you on the socials? And by God, when is your show starting on GCPR?
So, am I allowed to cuss on here?
A little bit.
A little bit. I just want to start off by saying, fuck ICE, and everything that they're about. I just want to always make that clear. But a final thought is, we can complain all we want about MAGA and Trump, and we all know they're bad. But I'm going to need for our Democratic Party to start meeting the moment. Really meeting the moment that we're in right now. Leadership like Chuck Schumer is not going to work. It's just not going to work. It's time to start supporting and pushing leadership that is ready to deal with the fight for our country and for people's lives that we're in. So, I'm that's what I'll be saying, hitting doors for a state committee this next time. Like that, we need to make sure from the state committee level up that we are putting people in that are going to fight the good fight, but also change the ethos of our party. We need to meet the moment. And in many cases we haven't, and people have lost faith in us. They really, really have. But we can gain that trust back if we really just start, I keep saying meet the moment, but not caving on shutdowns, not saying that we should acquire Greenland like John Fetterman.
Not caving on accountability.
Not caving on accountability. Not caving on whether Trump, should.
We need some post World War II type truth and reconciliation.
Yes,
committees,
exactly.
And I mean,
we need a new deal. We need a new deal.
We need a second new deal, an economic new deal.
Yes, we need it. So when candidates come asking for your votes to everyone out there, I go straight into it and just be like, what
are you willing to hold this
Yes.
regime accountable? Are you willing to hold
Yes.
the party opposite, or what used to be a
Yes.
functioning political party?
Exactly.
What used to be isn't anymore, but what used to be, are we going to hold them accountable? Yeah, I truth and reconciliation. Yeah.
So thank you for having me on. I love the.
You know that you're always welcome here. You know that.
Well, there's so much going on. I want to come on more because an hour doesn't even like scratch the surface of what we need to talk about. So I will be back, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. I really do, and I'll see you Saturday.
Absolutely, see you Saturday.
All right, cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
That's Cole Goodman talking about his trip to China and current events, really. Yeah. he's right. Cole and I have a tremendous relationship. I consider him one of my political little brothers. I have quite a few political little brothers. He's one of them, though. And he and we can talk quite a bit. If you see me kind of wiggling in my chair here, I'm getting really quite uncomfortable. Let me give you just a quickie update on what's happening here. First off, let me do this. It's the top of the hour, entering our second hour. I do not know how far into this hour we are going to go because I'm extremely uncomfortable and in pain sitting here in this chair. I'll get to that in just a second. You are watching and listening to The Kennedy Effect live with you for the 1st of February 2026. We are live right now on the Facebook pages of Our Revolution Pennsylvania, Ghost Claw Productions, and Hot101.net. We are live at my home group Facebook page for the program, The Kennedy Effect on Facebook. That's easy for me to say, I guess. Not so much, obviously. The Kennedy Effect on Facebook. Whenever we are not on the air, the Facebook group is there and going. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, please find us on Facebook and join the group. We post news stories there, memes, conversation starters, all kinds of things at our home group Facebook page for the program, The Kennedy Effect on Facebook. And it's not always politics there. We post science, astronomy, animal advocacy articles, political cartoons. It's not always sour, dour, sad politics. There are other things there that we post and talk about. I actually posted an article earlier this week about a really, really major archaeological discovery that was made in Mexico this past week that really kind of changes the timeline of human development, or what we thought the timeline was of human development. I think Kristen is either baking or something. I smell something really, really good. I can't tell what it is, though. Maybe it's popcorn. Or it's cookies. I can't tell. Those two things don't smell like each other, but what's left of the smell that's making it up here is making it hard for me to tell what it is. So we are live there right now. Please join our Facebook group. I ask you, I not beg you, so to speak, but you know what I mean. Come over, find us on Facebook, go to search, type in The Kennedy Effect on Facebook. You will find us, and please become a member of the group. I think you'll enjoy it. We are live right now on 2 YouTube channels, the YouTube channel for Ghost Claw Productions Radio, GCPR.live, and The Kennedy Effect on YouTube. If you ever miss any of our programs or any programming at GCPR, it's the best place to catch up is on YouTube. GCPR.live and The Kennedy Effect on YouTube. The audio of the program blasts around the globe via 2 global internet radio giants, Hot101.net, Hot 101. It's popcorn, she tells me. It smells really good. That's all I know. Hot101.net, Hot101.net, HOT is 101.net, Hot101.net. Our name is our web address, but you don't need the main website to listen. You can go to the main website and listen for free, 100% for free. Anywhere that you can find Hot101.net, you can listen for free. Our main website, you can find out all about the station, the DJs that operate there and that host there. But you can also use our apps. There's the Apple App Store for Apple devices, Google Play Store for Android devices, and for all other types of devices, you can use the TuneIn radio app. Go up to the search bar, type in hot101.net, and you are listening. There's no money. There's no credit card imprint, no retina scan, don't have to sign over your house, second mortgage, sign over your kids, or anything like that. If you want to listen to Hot101.net, you can do so entirely for free. The apps are free, the website is free. Same for GCPR, Ghost Claw Productions Radio.live, GCPR.live. You can listen to us completely for free, 100%. You don't need to... like I said, credit card imprints or anything like that. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You can listen to us 100% for free, gcpr.live. Through our website, you can find all about our schedule, our show hosts, all sorts of stuff like that right at our YouTube channel. Or not our YouTube channel, our website is what I meant to say. Our website. I'm getting really uncomfortable now. I'm not going to be able to sit here for too much longer. Right through our website. So anyway, that's that. Coming up on GCPR, coming up when I sign off here, the music returns at hot101.net. On GCPR, Villain's View from 9 p.m., Conversations with Teen Nathan from 11. Thomas kicks off your broadcast work week tomorrow morning from 8 a.m. with the sound of coffee. We are also brought to you by Smooth California, smoothca.online, smoothca.online. You can create a healthy skin lifestyle. Smooth California. Create your healthy skin care lifestyle. Smooth California is a family-owned skincare formula whose main purpose is to promote a healthy skincare lifestyle. Smooth California is a healthy alternative to commercial products filled with chemicals and man-made additives that are not only do damage to your skin, but to your body as well. Smooth California products are tallow-based, made with 100% natural ingredients, without preservatives, no preservatives or additives. We strive to make your skin stay healthy and smooth. Smooth California, smoothca.online. Lizette says that I might be hungry. No, I ate dinner before I came up to do the show. The popcorn, however, might be, yeah, you might be right. The popcorn smells really quite good. That might be making me it might be making me a little antsy here. Randall asks what's wrong with the chair. Nothing wrong with the new chair. It is my body that's not wrong. So let me give you a little catch up on that. I wasn't going to get too deep into this because I don't think it's going to affect the program. It's not going to affect the program too much. Tuesday I go in for another surgery on my kidneys. I have an implant in my body right now that is bothering me tremendously, and it's why I'm not going to sit here for too much longer, because the pain is getting exponentially worse and getting worse rather quickly. So I'm having another surgery on Tuesday on my kidneys. My kidneys are really don't work all that well. They're loaded with kidney stones, doing a lot of damage. So got another surgery on Tuesday, and it's becoming increasingly uncomfortable to sit here in this chair. So that's probably why I'm not going to be here for too much longer. Now, the program itself is not going to be, we will not be with you next week. It is Super Bowl Sunday. I actually did do the program in the very beginning. I did shows on Super Bowl Sunday, and I realized that there's literally just no one here watching. Everybody seemed to be tuned into the big game, and I get it. It's entertainment. It's exciting. It's a once-a-year event. I get it. Nothing wrong with that. So we will not be here next week because it is Super Bowl Sunday. Enjoy the game. If you're not a football fan and you don't want to watch, then don't. If you're a casual football fan, you know what? Take a night off of politics and tune in and enjoy it, and try to have some fun with it. It's only one night, and then of course we will return. That would be 8th is the Super Bowl, and then we will be back on the 15th before President's Day. So that's kind of what's going on here with me. Natalie says, I'm so sorry, hope your surgery goes well. I hope it does to be honest with you, but it's very kind of you to say that. It's not necessary. I don't mean to tell you all everything about my health because I'm seeking anything. We're open and honest on this program, and that means being honest about how we're feeling. And so on. Donna says she hates football. It's okay. You don't have to watch it. I'm just saying, from my point of view for doing the show, it's not advantageous to be here. Randall says he can't wait to see the halftime show with Bad Bunny. The YouTube channels, please like. I have to make this call to action because I don't do it enough, to be honest with you. I should do it more. I don't do it enough. Please like, share, subscribe, repost, all that other stuff that you could possibly do regarding the program. Like, share. It's always 4 of them. Why am I not? Follow. Like, share, follow, subscribe on Facebook, The Kennedy Effect on Facebook, YouTube, The Kennedy Effect on YouTube. Ghost Claw Productions on Facebook, Ghost Claw Productions on YouTube, hot101.net on Facebook and YouTube as well. You can do all of that. Like, follow, share, subscribe. We ask you to do all of those things. It helps us a great deal. If you can do those things, it really does help. We appreciate it. It does help with the yes, you can, Randall, of course. I would never tell you you can't. Would help. It helps spread out the two stations, the shows, the hosts. It's good for everybody when you like, follow, share, and subscribe. So I'm asking you to do exactly that. So yes, if anyone would like to call in, now is the time. 267-227-9189, 267-227-9189, 227-227-9189. The phone line is open. Just to go back quickly to what I was discussing with Cole, when you see these videos, the murder of Renee Good, the murder of Alex Preddy, I don't know how anybody can watch these things in any other way and see different things. I just don't understand how that happens. Go ahead, Randall.
Yeah.
Hello,
hi.
sir. How are you? Go ahead.
There's so many things that happen every friggin' week, and of course, last week you had all the technical problems, so we had to tune out.
Well, it wouldn't be our show without technical problems.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure George was taking care of his family. But
the one thing that's very consistent about our show is technical problems. You can always count on those.
I'm sorry about your health, number one, bro.
Well, it is what it
Number
is.
one.
Getting older sucks.
Yeah, I know,
you know how it
is. What it is.
Getting older sucks.
Mine is the same way. It is what it is. But we're in the deep freeze here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Nuts. And it's nuts.
Well, we're gonna have a heat wave tomorrow. I think we're gonna make it into the 30s.
Yeah, but it's not. You know what?
It's gonna feel warm. It's gonna feel warm.
It's not gonna do jack. It's not gonna do jack because you got this solid ice, probably 2 inches now, on top of it now. And then we got next weekend. It looks like it might be another storm, and maybe even presidential weekend, another storm. And I'm just hoping we escape like we did this weekend on another storm.
Right.
The nor'easter, stayed out in the sea. But anyway, so much has happened. I mean, I'm glad. I'm really glad the judge, and I'm really glad that Trump's administration actually listened to a friggin' judge to release the 5-year-old boy and his father back to Minnesota. Number one. Number two, what happened to journalist Lemon?
Don Lemon.
Yes, John Lemon. And what happened to the local, which we don't even hear anything about what's going on with her. I seized a private telephone and a private computer of a Washington Post journalist. But now, to arrest journalists for just doing what the First Amendment allows them to do, reporting it. We both know. We talked about this over the years. Yeah.
And by the way, he's on video saying he's being asked by other protesters, by people who were attending church, and I believe he was actually asked by ICE as well, if he was part of the protest. And he says flat out, I am not part of this protest. I am a reporter. I'm a journalist. I'm simply recording what's going on here. I am not part of it. And they arrested him anyway. So this is an attack on. This is very much of a First Amendment attack. There's no question about it.
No, this is the most, in my opinion, this is the most constitutional attack that the Trump and his administration have committed to date.
Mm.
The playbook is there. It all goes back to Mussolini in Italy and the fascism.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same playbook. And Hitler and the Nazis did a similar thing because the playbook was there from Mussolini and the fascists in Italy. Am I right or wrong?
I believe you are correct, sir. That's exactly how I...
Well, it's good that we're both history majors, right?
Yeah. Every now and then we get it right. Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, the way things are going, yeah, there will be an election. But, jeez,
Whether it's fair or not.
I can see troops at every polling place that vote Democrat in this country.
I can certainly see that too. Yeah. They haven't gone into a red city yet.
Well, again, if they pick me up at 4:00 in the morning, and I hope we end up in the same Tommy's holiday camp.
Yeah, we don't exactly see a lot of ICE troops in Salt Lake City, do we?
No,
not so much. No.
And
Bozeman, Montana,
back in Maine.
Yeah,
and they're pulled back in Maine because Collins, U.S. Senator Republican Collins, has said, "I cannot win re-election."
No.
And
by the way, she shouldn't.
These games.
The woman's in her 80s. It's enough. It's enough now. Even if you happen to agree with her on the politics of it, it's time for change now. That's enough up there. She's 80.
Yep.
I believe she's 88 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And yet, but somehow still doesn't have a gray hair on her head, which is, wink, 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 wink. It's kind of amazing. But she's in her 80s. It's enough now. It's enough. It's okay to find somebody different. It's quite all right. She's done enough for king and country. Let her go quietly enjoy the rest of her life on a beautiful coast in Maine. It's enough now.
Yep.
Amazing how these folks never get I got nothing but white hair, and it's amazing how some of these other folks never get any white hair. It's incredible. What freaks of nature?
what freaks of die?
Yeah, something, right? Something.
Me and my wife are totally gray-haired and half white hair. Now
Donna says in the chat, it's called hitting the bottle. Yeah, bottle of dye. Yeah, that bottle. Not the sauce, so to speak.
We're both losing our hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so am I. Right here. Right where I always wear the headset. Where I wear my headset for work and where I wear my headset for this work.
Don't show your loss.
Yeah, exactly. If I lose
Anyway,
just going to have a donut.
What else, real quick, what else hit you this week in the news?
I think what happened in Fulton County is not nearly the 5-alarm fire that it really needs to be reported as. This is a big deal. The chain of custody, of these ballots has now been broken. Fulton County Commissioners and Election Office no longer have any idea where these ballots are. If they are still sealed, if they're open, they don't know what ballots they took.
They have no idea what boxes of ballots were taken.
Right.
They ask. They were on pallets, stored, on racks.
I suspect
warehouse racks. And they ask, can we please take each off so we can photograph the number on them?
Right.
No.
They were told no.
No. And this leaves it open to we can add ballots.
Mm-hmm.
We can take ballots out.
We could change them.
That voted Democrat, and we can add fake ballots that voted Republican.
Exactly.
And there's no way to tell what the truth will ever be, except We know they're going to do that. We absolutely know. Well, I absolutely know, at least in my heart and my brain.
Yeah, I
that
don't
they're
think you
going
have
to
to
do
be.
that.
I don't think you have to be a nuclear physicist to realize what's coming out of this, or what eventually is going to come. No, I don't think you're gonna. I don't think it's going to be a big shock. No.
We are definitely in total totalitarianism, in my opinion. We definitely have the governmental secret police running around the country.
They're actually not even secret. They're doing it right out in the open.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're saying.
You're right.
I understand what you're saying, but if you think about it, they're really just doing it right out in the open.
You know, I have a lot of Jewish friends down here, and they get mad at me when I use the word Gestapo. And, you know, I just tell them, like, keep watching what happens, and then come back and talk to me.
If the shoe fits.
Yep. You know, it's like ICE is like the brown shirts, and it's like Border Patrol are like the black shirts.
All you have to do is look at the way, what is it, Greg Bavino would dress. I mean, with the leather strap. You know, when he wore that thing with the leather strap across his chest, and like if he didn't look like Goebbels, I don't know who did. That looked more like Halloween.
Yep.
I mean, if the George says in the chat, if the jackboot fits. Are you in the Zoom? Oh no, he's not. He's listening in. I thought he was in the Zoom waiting to get in.
No, he's listening in.
Half a day off. I'll dock his
Hi,
day.
just quick, George. God bless you. God bless your family. I hope you survived the blizzard that we had 2 weeks ago. But yeah, keep taking care of your family. That's the number one priority, bro.
That's for sure. You got anything else, or are you all good?
I'm all good. I just wanted to say, wish you good on the surgery, number one.
Yep.
And I want to give blessings and love to Christine and both of you. Okay?
Thank you so much. You better take care of yourself as well. Don't worry about me. You take care of you.
All right, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
You got it, my friend. Thanks so much. Take care now.
Bye-bye.
267-227-9189, 267-227-9189, 267-227-9189. If you have questions for me, the next couple of minutes will go to 7:30 if no one else calls in. Yeah, I think the theft of these ballots in Fulton County is a big deal. And it's such a big deal. I don't think the cable channels have done enough to really cover it, and they have covered it quite extensively. And I still don't think they've done enough. I think it's that big of a deal. This is maybe even more than a 5-alarm fire. It's a 10-alarm fire. It's a 15-alarm fire. It's however many alarms you think you can raise. There is no doubt in my mind. It's just a matter of when this administration is going to come back out and say, oh, by the way, we won. Told you, we won. Are we going to get to see the ballots? Are we going to get to see how they counted the ballots? Are we going to get to see what ballots they stuffed in, or what ballots they changed or manipulated? No. They'll offer very little, if any, proof whatsoever. But now that they have them, they're going to say, we recounted, and here's what we found. And there'll be no proof of it whatsoever. None. This is a really scary event, turn of events in the course of American elections. This is a big deal, and we need to really recognize how big of a deal it actually is. It's a big deal. About 267-227-9189, 267-227-9189. I hope I said hello to everybody in the chat. If you have a question for me, now is really the best time. We'll be wrapping up relatively soon, but if you wanted to ask me a question, now is the time. 267-227-9189, or drop a question right in the chat. Ask me what I'm thinking about, whatever, and then we'll wrap up the program here at the bottom of the hour. Again, Donna mentions we probably won't see anything from these. We're just supposed to take their word for it. I agree 100%. That's kind of what I was saying. Maybe I wasn't saying it well enough. That's certainly possible. Sometimes I get a little overly wordy. But I think that's what you're going to see. Where they're going to put out a report that says he won that election and won Georgia, but we're never going to get to see any proof of it whatsoever. I think you're right. I think you are 100% correct. Can I get over to 60? Mike, go ahead.
There. So, what do you think will happen if they do declare victory from 2020? Do you think their news media will finally grow up here and push back, or what's going to happen?
I think it's going to be kind of exactly what I said. Please turn that down in the background. You're echoing on yourself. Use the phone, not the radio.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I walked away from one computer that I was speaking on towards the other one. I was trying to mute it.
Fair enough. No, I don't think they're going to be. They're not really going to be able to do anything other than to say, "We told you so. We told you. We told you so." And I believe, as we mentioned with Cole and with Randall, that it's going to provide new impetus to say that elections in these other blue cities are not correct, and that they're not fair and open, even though Republicans do a lot of projection. Remember, they tend to blame others for everything that they're actually doing themselves. They are going back and trying to rewrite. They're trying to rewrite electoral history here, and that special election that took place in Texas, that was a Senate district, a state Senate district that Trump won by 17 points. The Democrat won by, I think it was 10 points or more. It was double digits. And when asked about it this morning, he said, I had nothing to do with it. I don't know. It's just the local election. I didn't pay attention to it. He endorsed the candidate. He endorsed the Republican candidate, campaigned for her. Nothing to see here, folks. Don't believe your lying eyes. Except that it's don't believe your truthful eyes. So, I think it's going to be used.
I see that. I see that when I go to my little pole in a volunteer firehouse. It holds one fire engine, and it has like a little multi-purpose room that they clear out to bring in the voting machines. And when I walk in there, it's been the same little old blue-haired lady for the last 20 years.
Yep.
And their attitude becomes very unfriendly when they see me coming, because they know I'm one of the few Democrats around here. I've had, I keep a loaded gun, man, because I don't know when somebody's going to come up this road looking for trouble. It was the funny thing about the killing of the nurse Preddy, which was, they think a good guy with a gun, those MAGA guys with guns are good guys with guns, but a liberal with a gun is always going to be a terrorist to those people.
Yeah, and Trump himself said that.
I feel that around here.
Trump himself said that. He said you can't take a gun to a protest. It sounds very anti-Second Amendment to me, but yet I don't see the gun nuts going nuts about it. I don't see the gun fetishists.
Too. A liberal with a gun is dangerous. He's not a good guy.
Right.
So
right.
When people are perplexed by this, that's what you've got to explain to them. They do not see you as a good person.
Right.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to put that in there. I hope you feel better. I've had kidney stone myself, and sounds like yours is way worse than mine.
Yep.
And I know what that pain is like, so I won't keep you on the phone.
It's one thing I'm really good at, making kidney stones. Maybe I'm not always good at the radio, or maybe I'm not good at a lot of other things, but I'm really good at making kidney stones. I do a hell of a job at that.
I thought I was being stabbed in the back continuously.
Yeah, I just got to get up out of this chair. That's all. I gotta move
Well,
and go somewhere different.
Good luck with it. I hope you're pain-free enough by next week you can enjoy whatever the Super Bowl is.
Yeah, I hope
and
so.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Hey, man. Take care.
Hang
Good
in
luck
there.
with
You
your
take care of
operation.
yourself, okay?
All right, man. Bye now.
That about does it for the program. It's 7:32, and that's about all I got for you for right now. Let me just take you through and sign off here in stages. Let me just remind you that we will not be here with you next week. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Go enjoy the game. And if you don't enjoy football, then watch the Puppy Bowl or put on a good movie, crack open a bottle of wine and relax. Or go out to dinner, do something different. We have done shows before on Super Bowl Sunday. Like I said, when we first started the show, I did do, that first year, I did do a show on Super Bowl Sunday, and literally there was, literally zero people watching and listening. So it just doesn't make any sense to be here for that. It's an American holiday, whether we want to admit it or not. It's an American holiday, Super Bowl Sunday. So anyway, so there's that part. Now, for those of you at hot101.net, the music will return immediately after I sign off. So let me say goodnight to everybody at hot101.net, to DJ Lex, DJ Earl, and the entire hot101.net family. Thank you so much for allowing us to be part of your broadcast day. We will see you again in 2 weeks on February 15th. 1-5. We'll see you on February 15th. Until then, the music returns to you right now. For those of you on the radio at GCPR, here's what's coming up on GCPR. Now, you got a little bit of a break. Take the dog for a walk, get some milk and cookies, catch up on whatever, I don't know what it is that you want to do, but do it this way. Take a little break and come back. The Villains View pre-show starts from around 8:30. They go full throttle live Villains View from 9. Conversations with T. Nathan from 11. And Thomas kicks off your broadcast work week tomorrow morning from 8 a.m. with the sound of coffee. For Thomas, for Gilbert and Gambert and Solid Blue Sister and every Taz and Jess and Bunny and everybody at GCPR. Thank you so much for allowing us to be part of your broadcast day. Again, don't forget, Villains View 8:30, full throttle live at 9, conversation with T. Nathan from 11, Thomas tomorrow morning from 8 o'clock. We will see you on February 15th. Thank you so much. Have a great night, GCPR. Thanks so much. And for those of you following on our streaming channels, YouTube and all over Facebook, thanks for allowing us to be part of your broadcast day. We appreciate it very much. We will not be here on the 15th. Enjoy the Super Bowl if it's your kind of thing, or just take a quiet Sunday night. For George and Lynn and Kristen and Daisy the dog, and of course for April Riddick, we've done about all the damage we can do for one night. Thanks so much for allowing us to be part of your weekend. Hope you have a great and fast work week. Stay warm, America. We've done about all the